Welcome back to my channel Search Local. The Income Tax Department has issued notices to several taxpayers who have been paying a rent of 50,000 or more per month and not deducted tax deducted at source TDS while remitting the amount to landlord, a tax expert said. Many taxpayers have received a notice from the Income Tax Department pertaining to the assessment years 2023-24 and 2024-25 stating that you made a claim of house rent allowance HRA for specific years and not deducted TDS on that. The notice also states if you want to file an updated return by reducing your claim, this is the right time to do it, said by Mr. Abhishek Murali, President of All India Taxpayers Association. Where you are a tenant of a particular house property and you are paying a rent of 50,000 or more, the Income Tax Act mandates that as a tenant you need to deduct TDS of 2% on the rent you are paying to the landlord. This has been in the effect from October 2024, which was earlier 5%. Now it has become 2%. So the onus to deduct the TDS is on the tenant. The tenant has to deduct the TDS and remit it to the Income Tax Department and pay the balance to the landlord. Mr. Abhishek said this. If the tenant has failed to do so, the person is considered as an SSC in default. Then you are subject to a levy of certain interest, fines and penalties by the Income Tax Department, which may vary from 1% to 1.5% per month depending on the individual cases and time of the default, he added. There is one exemption to this if the landlord has filed an income tax return and shown the rental income, and if he has paid the taxes duly calculated on the same, and if you are able to furnish the information to the assessing officer, you will not be considered as SSC in default and need not to pay any interest or penalty, Mr. Abhishek said. However, some landlords may not be comfortable sharing certain confidential or private documents. Therefore, it is advisable that all assessees properly deduct and remit the TDS in a timely manner to comply with the law and to avoid being an SSC in the default, he said.